One I'm very excited about. The cap space obviously goes up every
Hmm.
year. The cap is now
Hmm.
officially $224 million, up 16.6 from last year. So
Hmm.
last offseason, a lot of big contracts were given out to wide receivers, to tight ends, to quarterbacks. One of
Hmm.
them being like the Tyreek Hill was like I think 30 mil a year for a receiver. Devontae Adams got like a 29 mil a year. Deshaun Watson obviously 46 mil a year, 100% guaranteed. And Kyler
Hmm.
Murray got a really big deal. I think he's number 2 in guaranteed money. With the
Yep.
cap constantly going up and these contracts written in stone, what do you
Hmm.
think with all this gambling hitting the NFL, with all these new
Yep.
TV deals making the cap go up 16 mil a
Hmm.
year, maybe even
Yep.
more? It might be go up more eventually. These are big
Hmm.
contracts that everyone frowned upon immediately. Let's
Yep.
say 2, 3 years from now, how do you think these are going to look? These big contracts that were given out last offseason.
Um, I think they'll look okay. The thing is the reason why the cap goes up every year is because the NFL's revenue goes up every year. Um, I think when Roger Goodell retires or is replaced, I think that stops being a thing for a few years. I don't think it'll be immediate. I think people take advantage of Roger Goodell and what he does for the NFL. The man is really good at his job. So we went from a like $6 billion industry roughly to like multi-billion dollar in multiple countries and multiple spaces. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be crazy. I think in the next few years we'll see a different, but I still don't like the idea of paying anyone besides the quarterback more than $20 million unless it's a pass rusher. That's just our offensive lineman. I think skill players you can find you can't find the guy in free agency as much, but I think you can find a few other pieces. And I think you see a lot of guys getting more money than what they deserve out of desperation. And I don't think a team that's desperate should ever pay 12, 15. That's not
Christian Kirk.
the yeah. It's just that was 100% a desperation move
Which,
by the
let's be
Jaguars.
honest here,
But he played really good.
it
He
worked. It
played
worked. We'll still dog him on it, but it worked somehow. So,
yeah, it's just I don't think he deserved the contract that he got.
yeah.
It was just like I don't know. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of people that like get paid a lot of money, and I eventually I think the NFL money bag is going to run a little bit more dry. I think we're still going to be a major industry, but this extended growth is unheard of. Like it's just we're in a golden era of money, and eventually the money tree is going to stop producing. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and it continues grossing for the next 30, 40, 50 years, and we're still talking about it in the next 50 years. I just don't think it continues growing as much, but I don't think that happens in the next few years. So I don't think these contracts are egregious, any of them that we've seen. So yeah,
Yeah,
long-winded answer there, but yeah, go ahead and
I
finish your
I think that's when you give out big contracts, you
yeah.
like I think the front offices know way more than we do. I think they know a year ahead. Hey, here's what we think it's gonna go up. It's go up about
Well, they know
15.
analytics. They know like estimations of
Yeah,
what okay,
and
this
we
is how much
don't.
we're making. Yeah.
So I think they like when Deshaun like I'm gonna keep saying like I think Tyreek Hill's contract is insane, 30 mil a year. I think it's crazy. But I
Hmm.
think that was a desperation, like you said. They needed a wide receiver. They wanted to change their offense. The Deshaun Watson one is what I was a little scared about when it was first given out. But any oh I just closed. Oh, I'm dumb. Hello? Hello? Did I just hello?
Hello?
That's weird. Okay, sorry about that. I, I I think I actually closed it.
I
There
was
we go.
like, I didn't think my
We're
opinion
good
was
now. We're
that
good.
bad.
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're back. We're back. Anyway, I think Deshaun Watson's contract was egregious last year. 46 mil for over 5 years, completely guaranteed. Insane.
Hmm.
Insane money. After 1 year, it's like he's making 30 mil a year. It's like it because I'm gonna immediately move that 16 mil to Deshaun Watson's contract. It's
Hmm.
like he's making 30 mil a year. Next year, it'll be like he was making 15 mil when we first signed him. So I think
If it grows that much, yeah.
yeah, but I don't think the betting has hit yet. I don't think like DraftKings or whatever MGM. I don't think it's officially hit. I'm gonna look up when does NFL bet money hit? Because I know there was some year that was supposed to eventually hit, like the whatever, whatever. But I know eventually it's supposed to hit the cap where now gambling's allowed. It's like $1 billion industry.
In the next, I think it's 2 years, it's 20 or 48 states out of the 50 will have legalized gambling. That's what it's
That's a lot of money that the NFL's gonna get. Plus, don't forget, this is a topic that like NBA. This is a very big topic right now in the NBA. In 1987-86, teams were scoring 113 points a game.
Yeah.
Wanna know what happened? They added 4 teams to each conference. Scoring went right back down to 80, 90 points a game. So when people say there's too much scoring, too much offense in the NBA, it's because there's only 30 teams for all this talent. So what do? They spread. They add more teams, so more talent over more teams. The NFL is about to expand within the next 5 years. Within the next 5 years,
I think that's Roger Goodell's like retirement plan.
Yep.
If you will, like I think that's his last thing that he wants to do as his legacy is to expand another 4 to 8 teams.
I completely agree. Yep. And when that does happen, that would increase even more cap space because it's now 4 additional teams. That's more games you have to advertise. That's more games that are on CBS, Fox, ESPN. Like you said as well, more games. They want 20 games. I don't think it's gonna stop. I think it's gonna constantly go. There's gonna be a point where a quarterback is making $100 million a year, just like the NBA right now. James Harden, I believe, is gonna make $60 million in a single season. Luka Doncic is gonna hit like 59.8 on his second contract.
Just astronomical numbers, like
insanity.
Yeah,
there is no stopping this growth.
But in all fairness, when you make multi-million-dollars in a single day, on a game day, like when you're selling tickets and everything else, not even concession, not any, just tickets, is just such a like, it makes sense. But it's just crazy that it's this big of a industry, I should say.
And what I truly believe the NFL wants, they want football every single day of the week. Now, when I say that, I mean
1 day break, but yes, I think they want.
I'm being serious. They want Sunday NFL, Monday NFL, Tuesday NFL, Wednesday NFL, Thursday NFL, Friday high school, Saturday college. That's what that's what the football world wants. Now, do the fans want that? Is different.
Yeah.
But the NFL will never touch Fridays because that's when high school. They'll never touch Saturdays because of college. But they want football 5 days a week, and that's gonna end up happening.
Here's the thing. They will stay complicit with college. I don't think they'll have games on Fridays just because they won't have the audience.
Exactly.
That's where it is.
They won't have the audience with college either. They won't touch those 2 days.
They can compete with college. I don't think they'll compete as much with high school.
You gotta imagine.
But
do you know how crazy college fans are?
They
will not watch football over college. I'm telling you, Fridays and Saturdays they won't touch.
I think there was a flip in the last few years when Alabama just kept winning and kept winning and kept winning, that college fans have started to be like, okay, I'm kind of done. Like, we'll see. I don't know. I think if the NFL played bully ball and bullied, they could spread college out for a few days and they could have games on Saturday. If they wanted, but I just don't think that they want to compete with it. Like, they have a good relationship with the college. Like, they don't want like them to bully ball and then all of a sudden, there's another Europe league, or there's another league now that we're going to send all of our players to.
Exactly. I'm not saying it's going to be NFL every day. There will 100% be a Euro league within the next 10 years. 100% there'll be at least a 4 or 6 team league in Europe. Does that mean on Wednesdays it's not the NFL, but it's the Euro League? Does that mean on Tuesdays it's also the Euro League? So Tuesday, Wednesday's Euro League, Thursday's football, NFL, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, NFL, Monday, NFL, Tuesday, Wednesday, Euro League.
NFL definitely wants an extra day, at least, though.
Yeah.
100%. So I don't know what that day is. It's probably either Tuesday or Wednesday, over like Friday or Saturday, just because they don't want to compete with the other 2 football days. But Um, I think they'll take over that one day, and then they'll let the EuroLeague play on another. Because EuroLeague is not going to be. It's going to be 4, 6, 8 teams. Like it's not going to be huge, just
Yeah.
especially to start. So they can all play their games on the same day and not it be that big of a deal.
Yeah, I'm very excited within the next 10 years where football is going to go because one,
Yeah,
more
it's
content.
exciting.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
content, and two, it's I love football. I love watching football. I love the culture behind it, and the
Hmm.
fact that it's now spreading to Europe. Because guess what
Yeah.
happens in Europe? Colonization happens. They're gonna send that crap all around the world.
Yeah.
Like,
We
and
could have Africa, Asia, like I mean, just like in NBA
yep,
and Middle East League. I mean, there's just I mean, it will continue spreading, and
yeah, I'm very
teams that
excited.
aren't good enough to like get a visa to come to America, but are still very talented. We could see us competing with some of. It's just not been available to some of these parties, so they choose basketball or they choose soccer.
Yeah,
But I think the NFL could very much start competing with those two sports for the best athletes around the world.
yeah, I'll be very excited when we're in our 30s and 40s watching that because that's gonna happen. And I think
It's gonna
that
be
with the cap space,
us, two of us really wanting to go into broadcasting. It's really good for our careers too because there's going to be something to talk about.
yeah, and adding those Euro leagues, adding those additional teams,
Yeah,
additional leagues, more money. So I
more
think
money.
that going back to the original, we got a little off topic, but it's just a great topic to talk about.
Yeah,
The
it is.
cap space rising 16 mil this year. It's kind of a precursor of, hey, we're this far into this league and
Yep.
we're still adding massive value a year to the cap
That's a
space.
whole Hall of Fame caliber talented player.
Yes.
That's 16 mil. That's a wide receiver that is catching 90 balls and 1,500 yards and 7 touchdowns. Like that's what that 16 mil
That's
is.
Fred Warner's
It's crazy.
contract. That's
Yeah.
Fred Warner's
It,
contract.
yep.
It's
It's cool. I mean, I'm all for it.
insanity. Yeah, I'm all for that 16 mil going to another guy or multiple guys getting the chances to play in the NFL.
Mhm.
Like, cause that's
Yeah,
just more
it's
money for
just
players.
spread the wealth around. I think that's I think the reason why a lot of people see these numbers and they're so like, oh my gosh, is because of how much the wealth isn't spread it around. Like they see all these contracts with these players, and it's still like even
There's
the
even more.
higher echelon of players, it's not even touching what the owners and some of the man
Exactly.
like it's
I am
just.
all for the owners getting less money and more money going to the players. Screw it.
I think a
Let's
lot of
go
the
30
owners
mil
are for that.
rise. Let's go to a
I
30
think a
mil.
lot of yeah. I think there should be a cap on what an owner makes. That's just my opinion, but
That's not gonna happen.
it's not going to happen because all 32 owners would have to vote in favor of it.
Yeah, but I think it's a fun topic.